What is up, guys? It's Nick from Colleyville Outdoors. Yes, I did change the channel name and the Instagram name because, it's too long and I don't think I would have a good chance of success when it's that long. So today we will be talking about panfish fishing, as you can see from the title. So let's get right. Today is mainly going to be about tackle, rod, reel, okay, and line. So basically what you want to do is anything that you would use for a huge bass is not going to be very useful. If you can't really take a huge bait caster. You can't, it can't handle it. So what I use spinning reels, ultra light rods or light rods, and for line usually around 8 pounds. I'll talk about all this stuff later. And then for bait, it really depends on what you're using or where you are, but I use weighted hooks. This one, come on. Ha! Weighted hooks. This one, there you go, focus. Okay, weighted hooks, bluish and black usually, or black and green. Just two colors that you don't see them together in nature a whole lot, because usually I go through creeks, all that kind of stuff. So let's put this back here. Creeks and everything. So I don't want to have just regular stuff, because sometimes the water's going to be murky, so it's going to change those colors. Just so you can see it better, especially with the green and the blue, because those you're not really going to see those. And then the black is just, it's to kind of mimic a minnow that they can't see very well. So first off, the reason why I use spinning, or also, here we go, one of these little button reels, and not bait casters, and is because look what I'm throwing. This setup is probably at most 1 ounce. I know the weight right here is 1/32 of an ounce. So you really want to be trying to throw that with the bait caster. Dang. The next reason is because you don't need a bait caster. The fish aren't going to be that big. My drag is easy just because it's going to get stuck a lot, so I can it won't break the 8-pound line. That's why I have 8-pound line on. I've had friends do this with literally 2-pound line. So you can do it with whatever line, but I prefer green. Kind of see it, green, 8 pounds. So it's not that much. And the reason I use ultralight also is because you don't need a huge rod, and it just makes it more fun, to be honest. If you had a big, medium, heavy, or heavy rod, it's like you would just yank the fish out of the water. There would be no, fight. And so it makes it a lot more fair at some points, and then also a lot more fun. And if you get a bass hooked up on one of these, like a largemouth, it is the coolest thing, because it is a great fight that the bass will put out. And even panfish or bluegill, they put out amazing fights. And it's crazy because I was fishing, and there was I was walking through a creek, and there's a section, it was kind of nasty, and I didn't know if the fish could get around it, and it was about 100 degrees, so it was just kind of nasty all around. And I just dropped the bait in there in the middle, and I had a horrible cast. I was kind of mad because it was like 2 feet away from my feet, and as soon as it hits the water, I just feel it just yank, and it feels like someone's sitting under the water and just pulling on your rope really fast, or your line really fast, because they hit really aggressively. It's not like a catfish where it's like or like a bass where it'll either be all in one, huge thing, or barely at all. So, they hit like 7 or 8 times really fast, and it's really cool because that gives you the chance to set the hook easily. But so that's what I really use. Light action, spinning, black and blue or green and black, weighted hooks. Normally I use tiny jig heads, tiny, because they'll stay better, because these perch, if you don't catch the perch, the bait's, if it's not hooked on, the bait's just coming off. It's gone because they hit so aggressively on the bait. So kind of how I do it is I take a backpack. This has some pellets in it because I went to shoot air guns with a friend right before I was fishing. Backpack, I keep the baits in the pocket. Here's the hooks. They're called squirt heads, and they're 1/32 of an ounce. I don't know if you can read that. And then this is the other bait I use. It's black and chartreuse. You can see that. And then here is the black and blue. This is all from Bass Pro Shop, and it's all under the term squirt. So that just gives you a reference to how small it is. Let's see, where do I have? Yeah. Always bring pliers with me. Do I have a scale in here? I don't think I have a scale. You don't really need a scale. I mean, I do have a scale in here because I use it on other things, I guess. But I don't think this, the lowest it displays is ½ a pound. So you're not even gonna, most of those fish aren't even gonna display on here. And usually I take my phone with me too, it's an iPhone 8, so I put it in 2 Ziploc snack bags. So in one, and then I flip it over and put it on the other. So if the water gets into one, like if one side opens up for some reason, it still is going to have the second one. And then I put it into a quart-size bag and wrap that around too. So, I triple layer it. You can still use it. Fingerprint still works. That's basically it. That's all I do with pan fishing. Oh, forgot this. You do not really need polarized glasses, especially if you're going to go in the evening. The water is super shallow and usually clear, because what I do is I go through creeks. And even if you're going in a lake, this is something that's good for people that own a boat and don't own a boat, because even if you're on a lake, it's not like it's going to be, you have to go out, you need to travel a lot. Almost every shoreline will have these, and they're always in clear water. I mean, I've never seen them in super, super dirty, murky water where you can at least see 2 or 3 inches or to the bottom. So that's my video. Thank you. Please subscribe to this new channel. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. It's now Colleyville Outdoors. It's the same account if you're already following it. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.